Before we get started, the creators behind the Kawaii Melanin series have released a new collab playlist, and it's all about wardrobe and coordinate prompts. If you like fixing coordinates, I think you'll also really enjoy this playlist. It's a great way to support Black Lolitas, find more creators, and more Lolita content to watch. I have a playlist linked below, and I will also have a click-through card at the end of this video. Hello friends, I have to record at night now because it's too hot to be dressed up during the day. I'll never understand how people in Florida wear Lolita. You guys are real troopers anywhere where it's hotter than here. You tropical and desert Lolitas, you're strong survivors. Because I'm filming this at night, I feel like I should be doing ASMR. Hello friends, welcome to Fixing Coordinates episode. I can't remember. This is another episode of Fixing Your Coordinates. I can't remember what number we're on. 16? 17? As always, I've chosen 4 submissions from my lovely lore topics email. If you would like to submit to this series, the instructions on how to are below in the description, in a pinned comment. I would love to see some of your coordinates as well. I would love to offer you advice on how to change your coordinate or more ways to wear it. Let's get started. Hi Lore, I started wearing Lolita about a year and a half ago. I actually found Lolita through your videos. I wore this cord for an online meetup a few months ago. I would like to cord this dress super OTT, or over the top, for those of you who might not know that abbreviation. Oh man, OTT advice. This is gonna be fun. You've asked the right person. I feel like a lot of the suggestions I give tend to be over the top. Like extreme Hime tea party look. I would really love to hear your take on how to cord it in that way. Thank you. This is a challenge because I feel like it's easier to make a printed dress over the top because you can take things from it and then build off of that. Like you can make a scepter. If you were making this dress, for example, petite patisserie, I could wear my headpiece that has a bunch of different desserts on it, and I could make a scepter with cakes and stuff, and have a bag that's a cake and earrings that are cakes. Like that's an easy route. But this is a bit of a challenge because it's a non-printed dress and it's sacks. Angelic Pretty has no consistent sacks. Every one of their I guess all of their colors vary. You know, they're pinks, they're lilacs, but I find that it's the most difficult to match sacks. So if I were doing this, I would not even try. What I think I would do is introduce a different color into this coordinate and play around with that. So I would maybe have a pink and blue coordinate, and then you could get like a pink, really frilly Hime sleeve, princess sleeve blouse, and you could keep your blue shoes, but maybe have some pink frilly ankle socks with your existing tights as well. I think it'd be really fun to curl your hair, and maybe, I don't know, you could really do anything. You could have a big floral headpiece. You could get a sort of elegant hat and stick flowers in there, blue and pink flowers. I think that maybe I would go with like a flowery over the top looks to go with this, because I mean you could introduce a different element, like you could go for a space themed cord, or make this a cake themed cord and add just like pink and blue macarons to this cord. I think another fun way might be to introduce purple to this coordinate too. You could do a pink, blue, and purple thing, or just a purple and blue look. I think you could even get away with like a tricorn hat with this look, and have like a short, really curly wig and some very like piratey blouse with this. And you could introduce like ivory and gold to this. It really depends on your interests and the other pieces that you have, but I hope that gives you some ideas. I feel like I could talk about this endlessly because it's a plain piece. I feel like what you should do is introduce a different element and try to have that element balanced on its own, if that makes sense, and then add it to the blue. I hope that that helps. I would honestly love to hear what you try out, because I can see where it would be difficult if you get stuck on just that blue and trying to always match that blue. But adding in one other accent color with it and focusing more on that and making sure that it balances back to it, I think is what's going to help you. It just really depends on your own style interests and the pieces that you have. Hey Lore, I'm Haley. I'm new to Lolita. This is my first dress, but I have been following the community for 3 years. I know there is some differing opinions over what is considered Lolita and what isn't. Is it okay to wear things that aren't made for Lolita and call it Lolita? My blouse is a Hot Topic blouse, but I love it with the dress. Should I get one that is actually made for Lolita or keep it how it is? Also, looking for a headpiece and shoes, since I don't think the black shoes I have do anything for this coordinate. I'd like to bring the purple in a little more, and I think it'll be hard to color match. Alright, so first I want to tackle the question of, is it okay to wear things that aren't made for Lolita and call it Lolita? Yes and no. I think that if you have a Lolita main piece, like a skirt or a dress, it's okay to then introduce elements to it that aren't Lolita. A lot of people do it, and I think that there's a huge difference between doing it intentionally and doing it because you're kind of scraping together whatever you have. And even if you are just putting together what you have, try to make it look intentional. I feel like with this specific coordinate and this blouse, it doesn't look out of place. I think that it looks balanced because it is a kind of goth, edgy print. And also Lady Sloth's style, the way that they've created their brand and their styles, they've intentionally mixed and matched things that aren't Lolita and done things in like experimental ways. So I think that it totally fits, and it even fits with like their brand's style, because I know that they are very much like, do whatever you want and just wear the style. It comes down to honestly doing whatever you want to, whatever you feel comfortable in, whatever you think looks best. People might not agree with it or might argue or debate about it, and I think that what you can do is, rather than trying to fight whether it is or isn't Lolita, just say, you know, I understand that it might not be Lolita, but this is what I like and I'm experimenting, and maybe this is experimental Lolita. So I feel like if this were the case and someone came after you for wearing this blouse, I think it would just be alright to say, yeah, it's not Lolita, but I still want to wear it because I like it. You don't have to necessarily call it Lolita and say this is a Lolita blouse. You can say like, yeah, this is a Lolita JSK with a not Lolita blouse, and that's totally fine. If you want to get a more Lolita blouse to wear it in a different option, I think that that's totally welcome too, but just do it because you want to and not because people are saying, oh, this isn't Lolita. Honestly, I am not sure how to work in more purples with this. If I were styling this, I would do it with like grays, creams, blacks. I don't doubt that there's a way to introduce purple to this, and please, in the comments, if you have any advice for Haley on how to introduce more purples to this, please comment below, because I'm sort of at a loss. I feel like it would be really cute to coordinate this with orange. I know that's wild, right? But Halloween's coming up, and I love purple and orange together. Honestly, like if you wore like a shirt or a sweater that was black and orange stripes, that would look really cool. It would also look cute with like a really curly kind of this length orange wig and maybe like a witch hat. Oh, I think one of those headpieces that has like, it's like that and then it's like little ear, like bat ears or bat wings. I'll try to find a picture of it. I'm imagining this very specific headpiece and I don't know what it is or how to explain it. I feel like you could pull off a lot of different shoes with this coordinate as well. I hope that that helps, Haley. Hopefully someone in the comments can tell you how to introduce more purple, because I don't know. Maybe makeup? Hello, Lore. This is my first ever cord and I'm looking for any ways to improve upon it. most of what I used, I just had in hand, but if you have any suggestions for things that would go well that I should look for, please let me know. I use he, him, and my Instagram is Deck of Rabbits. Okay, I'm so confused because if you wrote this coordinate down on a piece of paper, I would say, you know, the hat and the shoes are too casual for the blouse. But when I look at it, I don't think that. It looks really well balanced. I want to be mad at it, but I'm not. I really like this hat and these shoes. I guess a way that you could change it up is to wear a different style of blouse. Maybe one that is less lacy and more like aristocratic. I need to see what is in this print. Like, these shoes are not Lolita at all, but they work somehow. They look like, I don't know. I think it would be really cool to make a headpiece out of chess pieces. That would be really neat. This dress made me think about the sleeves on one of American McGee Alice's dresses, and I don't think that anything like that exists in real life, and it's sad, but I think that that would be really cool to have like gloves and then these like sleeves. I think this would look really cute with a ruff, some sort of Victorian ruff, maybe with a more plain blouse that has a high neckline and then wear a ruff with it. I want to give like the same advice that I gave to Farah, like maybe a tricorn hat and some gold boots would look really cool with this. I'm feeling like a very regal vibe from this, but also a casual aristocrat. Hi, I've been subscribed to Tyler and you for a long while and have been learning about Japanese fashion styles for years. But this last 2 years, I've really been interested in Lolita. So I finally decided to try it in quarantine. Here is my first cord. The dress is Little Mermaid by Infanta with the matching hair bow. I love how it ended up, but I want to add more purple and pink details. We started with a blue coordinate and we're gonna wrap this up with a blue coordinate and more purple struggles. It's so cool to me that she tried Lolita in quarantine. I would have never expected someone to decide to try it in quarantine. I guess it makes sense. I've been buying a lot of things in quarantine. I think that it might be interesting to explore styling it in shoes or sock area and also like bracelets or necklaces. I don't think that with your hair I would wear a purple blouse because I think that because your hair has a more purple hue to it, it's gonna look kind of unbalanced. It's gonna look like it's all here and it won't have enough contrast to make your hair stand out. Alternatively, I think maybe you could do this if you maybe wore your hair in space buns. I think that that would look really cute, especially with this hair bow and your side pieces down, like space buns, and then maybe a pink blouse that has short puffy sleeves. I don't know if it's gonna be available by the time this video comes out, but Ghost Girl Goods is working on these overt dresses and she's gonna have a lilac and a soft pink one. And I think that that might be cool to do in a more casual way. She's also shown me if this bow in the front is removable. I'm not sure that it is or not, but she like tucks it in to the bow so that it kind of looks like an overskirt. I'll show pictures. But that could be a really fun, cool way to style this as well. I think that it would be really, really cool to make some headpieces with shells too, and you could paint them blue, purple, pink, or purple and pink, and then create some sort of headband or like a rosette style headpiece. Please, if you have any advice for these Lolitas, leave it in the comments below. It always helps to hear from different perspectives, different people with different styles. I'm sure that you also have lots of advice for these wonderful Lolitas. And as always, stay lovely!